What the hell am I doing here? I should be off investigating some daycare somewhere. Or alleged daycare. Certainly don't got time to be out there protesting. But I do got an hour to devote to some shit. Usually I call this Friday Night Rant. But I'm tired of ranting. I'm tired of ranting. I'd rather talk about positive stuff. I'd rather put out love than negative stuff. So I don't know if I'll do Friday Night Rants anymore. They might be over. It's probably for the best. Probably for the best. I haven't had much inspiration to make videos in general, actually. But I figured I'd go live anyways. You know, spent like 10 minutes trying to create that thumbnail. Hope you guys are having a good night or good day whenever the hell you watch this. I'm praying for people of Iran. Some crazy shit's going on over there. So, yeah, there's that. Aisha Speed is back on YouTube. He's been back for a little bit. I'm kind of late. But shout out to him. Good for him. Good for Steve. He made a Mr. Beast diss track. It was pretty good. But I think you should just leave it alone from now on. Instead of trying to, you know, ride that wave, a Mr. Beast hate wave. I don't think it's going to end up too well for him, but what the hell do I know? I'm glad he's back. Mr. Beast, speaking of Mr. Beast, he's supposedly broke. He supposedly has no money in his account. Hey, Prosperous Healing, how you doing? You have a cool name. Do you make videos? That's cool that I attracted somebody with that name. Prosperous Healing. Shout out to you, man. You know, that's what I was talking about. I want to start putting out love and not hate. Today's my birthday. Can you do a shout out? For sure. Amanda, shout out to Amanda Boyer. Happy birthday. Oh yeah, I thought you did. With a name like that, I thought you made like some positive videos. Grayson sub, thank you for that. Thank you. No problem, Amanda. It's all love. The world needs it. The world needs it. I normally do Friday Night Rants, but I'm tired of doing Friday Night Rants. I'm putting out love. Right now, I just kind of learned about what's going on in Iran. They're overthrowing their dictatorship, I guess, if I have that right. So, praying for them. Hopefully, they get that mission accomplished with as few casualties as possible. But they're fighting with no guns, so that kind of sucks. But, yeah. Alexis, how you doing? Thanks for watching the live. I had a few stuff I wanted to talk about. Some stuff I don't really care to talk about, but I'll be honest. I watch like a bunch of videos of like people talking crap about other YouTubers. I don't know why. It's like my algorithm kind of fell into that, you know, that category. I guess I always want to try to find out like all different sides of things. So there's this guy named Krabos, who's made a living off of like exposing Logan Paul, and allegedly he's scam people again with his Pikachu Illustrator, like one of the most expensive Pokemon cards in the world. If you don't know about it. Normally I hate people that talk crap about other people, but you should look into it because I go back and forth whether or not to to watch Logan Paul or care anything about him, but I just made a video about people hating on him, called it Logan Paul derangement syndrome. Anyways, yeah. So if anybody's fans of Logan Paul, they should watch that. But then again, that's not love. That's more hate. So I didn't even want to bring that up. I'm tired. Really, I want to tell people to go outside and get the hell off of here, because what? I could tell by the look of you that you are. I am the GOAT. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know about that saying. If there's a GOAT of streaming, it's definitely IShowSpeed. You know, he's my favorite streamer, you could say. I know it's like, whatever. I need to grow up and probably stop watching streams, but I don't know. I ain't gonna lie and say I don't pay attention to that world. And he seems like a nice guy, and I think he's gonna run for president one day. He'll be old enough in 2040, and I wouldn't doubt it if he ran for president one day. Probably against Logan Paul. Who knows? That or Mr. Beast and Logan Paul. Anyways, who cares to talk about them, right? I mean, do people care to talk about that type of stuff? I was just watching. What's my channel about, Alexis? It's about me talking, really just me talking about random shit. I've been on this journey. It's kind of like a diary. It's kind of like me just putting my thoughts out there. When I first started, I was pretty bad at this. I was really nervous. I still am, and it's just grown. I haven't really gotten better equipment, because what's the point of getting better equipment if I can't get comfortable with this? And really, I was just trying to figure out what the hell I wanted to do. I still don't really want to know what I want to do. I once thought I wanted to do something like Peter Santinello, or like that Nick Shirley dude that exposed the daycare scam. But I have a family and everything, so I can't just go and spend time doing stuff like that. I gotta work, and I gotta provide for my family. You know, I was watching this one guy, like, he goes to theme parks without his family, and he's like, I can't wait to be able to bring my family along with this. And he has like 3 million subscribers. I'm like, you could bring your family along. Thank you. I hope everybody's dreams come true, to be honest. But it takes more than just talking about it. You gotta act. I have some stuff that I keep looking at that I had written down. There's this video I watched called The Great Culture Shift by this guy named Dupley. I think a lot of people would benefit from watching that, or at least find it interesting. It's kind of about how we got to where we're at in the zeitgeist with the whole, just everything, culture. I have this other thing written down, Andrew Tate impersonator, which is pretty funny. This guy named Cole Anderson James, he impersonates Andrew Tate, which I have mixed feelings about it. I don't know if it's because I'm a Gemini, but I have mixed feelings about a lot of this stuff. Like, on one hand, it's funny, but on the other hand, it's like a dude making a whole career off of somebody else. Kind of like that Quavos dude. He's made a whole career off of like talking bad about other people, like talking about other people, other famous people. Andrew Tate, I ain't gonna lie, I've gotten inspiration from Andrew Tate. Some of the stuff that he said. As a person overall, I don't really like him, or I don't like him. I don't like how he acts, but I do think he was like used as a useful tool to kind of like open up the discussion, you know, push the needle back the other way, because we were, you know, the pendulum, if you will. I think he was like, you know, they say that term, like a useful idiot. I'm pretty sure like that's what Andrew Tate was. He was used to push the boundary of what could be said and to break The whole, you know, as far as I understand, to break the hold on the grip that, you know, whatever, you know, society had on us through COVID and all that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but please tell me you know Tina Wright. I don't know Tina Wright. I will listen, or I will look Tina Wright up, or Tina. I'm willing and open-minded to watch anything. Thank God finally found the streamer without doing that weird 6-7 trend. That's like the zeitgeist right now. Really, you should watch that video, The Great Culture Shift by this guy named Dupleix. It talks about this. It talks about how, like, yeah, we went from doing like the dab to kids doing 6-7. I don't know. I have kids that do it, and I don't think it's funny at all. I don't know. But I was watching you guys like I watch all types of stuff, but it's mainly like just streaming stuff about streamers. I was watching this stream with Bradley Martin and Sneeko. Did anybody in the chat catch that? Just came from one of the fake alligator thumbtack scam. This is so refreshing. I've seen a bunch of those. I've seen a bunch of those on Facebook where it's like fake alligators and what is the world coming to? I made that mistake when I first started this channel, trying to be like everybody else. Like my very first video was like, oh, I always looked up to people like Joe Rogan, which is a lie. Like I had been watching him for a couple years before that, or listening mainly at work. Back when he was like cool, you know, and but I hadn't listened to him forever. I did look up to, like, back in the day, I did look up to people like Howard Stern, growing up watching his movie Private Parts, and like wanting to do something with radio or video. I just never did it. I never got around to doing it. So, you are so calm. Usually, we Americans are so aggressive. Yeah, I try to be calm. I could get mad just like everybody else, but it's really a waste of time. I like a lot of music. I listen to all types of stuff. Very eclectic, I guess, if you will. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be from the 1930s, or it could be, you know, hip hop or whatever, country. Yeah, there's definitely some Ellie. There's definitely some great Joe Rogan episodes, and I learned a lot from Joe Rogan, and like podcasts in general, especially like looking up topics like, you know, historical facts, or, you know, people like Bonnie and Clyde. I've learned a lot of stuff through listening to podcasts, but now I'm at this point where, like, I just don't know what to listen to anymore. I kind of like looked up everything I wanted to listen to. You know, I've kind of like, you know, whatever it was, and now I don't know. It's like I don't enjoy listening to anything. I gotta find some new stuff to listen to. I actually made a short asking people to like tell me what to watch or listen to, which is whatever, you know, because I should probably find my own interest and stuff. But I've kind of hit like a wall of what to care about. Like I don't care about what's going on in the zeitgeist right now. I don't care for people like talking crap about other people. But that is what I watch. That is what I watch, which sucks. I gotta get out of it. I don't know. What's been really, there's a couple things. I can't remember one of them, but there's something that's been coming up in my life, and it's about living for God, and not like, you know, I don't care what your religion is. I really don't like organized religion. I don't call myself by any, you know, religion. I just believe in a higher power, power. I believe in a creator. I don't care what people believe in. I don't try to tell people what to believe in. But like I heard this great thing earlier about God isn't on your side, meaning like God, you don't want God on your side because you people mess up a lot. So it's like, do you want somebody on the side of that? You want to be on God's side. So like living life according to God, not like I'm called, because I seen a video of this young kid who, it was a great video, but he was talking more or less like he was called, and I don't like people acting like they're necessarily called or on a mission from God. But look up Ram Dass. I'll look it up. Yeah, but I guess I listened to that episode of Sneeko with Bryce Mitchell, and he was talking about being like a true Christian, and he made a lot of good points in that. I'm not gonna go into it, but he did make a lot of good points in it, and I don't know. I do want to start like living more truthful to God, and I'm trying to be a good person, but I don't know. So there's so many definitions of that. Like, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm not claiming to know everything. Really, half the time I don't even know what the hell to talk about or what I'm talking about. But instead of ask God or my Creator to be like, why isn't my life going right? Please help out my life. Just like live for God, whether through the good or bad times, kind of, and whatever God's plan is, it's what it is. Accept it. It's something I've struggled with because I seen my grandma. She was a Christian and she believed wholeheartedly in God and heaven and Jesus, and she, I just seen so many bad things happen to her, and you would think somebody like that deserved the world, and that just didn't happen. Like, she never drank, smoked, or anything. Like, she was like an honest to God, almost a saint. I'm sure she sinned in her life, and but she deserved a lot more, and it didn't happen. So for a long time, that kind of like messed me up, because I'm like, why come somebody like that doesn't get the world? But sometimes that's not a part of the plan, I guess. So whatever God's plan is, my God's plan for me, that's what I'll do. I mean, that's my life. That'll be my life. Instead of, trying to have God be on my side, be on God's side. And I'm sorry for talking about God so much. It's a touchy subject, I think everybody's entitled to their religion and their beliefs, but organized religion kind of fucks things up. And learning that Jesus was kind of against organized religion is kind of like a breath of fresh air, because I've struggled with that, I believe Jesus as a historical fact, but as far as calling Jesus God, it's like it's really been a struggle, and I've struggled with that, and I certainly believe in a higher power, but that's the extent of it. So I don't know. I don't care to talk anymore about that. It's something I think about all the time. What are your thoughts on fake horses? Fake horses? What's going on with fake horses? And am I happy with the cards that God? Yes, I am. I am happy with, I've definitely had my times of not being happy with it, but I'm happy. I'm happy I'm the person I am. Like, I could be better, and I want to be better every day. I want to try to be better every day. And I'm not saying I will be, but yeah, I'm happy because I could be so many other things. I could be so closed-minded. Like, I'm happy that I'm open-minded. I'm happy that I'm not like an asshole. I'm not some cocky person. There's times where I wish I was more cocky, like not cocky, confident, or more like steadfast in my beliefs, because I believe I would have been farther along in whatever my life and my plans and my goals if I lived for myself, like stop caring about what the hell people think, you know. I cared too much about what people thought growing up. I definitely did. Read James chapter 5 for in these crazy times. I will. I still don't know about the fake horses, but I don't know. I'll look up fake horses. I don't know. What else do I got on here? I really don't got much more. But shout out to Steve Will Do It with his Convict Kitchen. I I really think it's a hit. I think he needs to lay off the Mr. Beast disses, but I'm excited to see what happens with him. On one hand, I am. On the other hand, I'm like, I gotta stop focusing on social media altogether. It's a struggle. It's a struggle I go through. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this. To be honest, to be completely honest, and I have to like kind of, I want to do it, but I want to make sure it's the right thing I'm doing for the right reasons, and I don't want to just come on here and talk about the same shit everybody talks about. I just want to be myself and therefore be different than everybody else, because nobody could be you but you, and that's hard to do. Honestly, that is hard to do, and you think, it's like your brain wants to go and do these trends, make these jokes, say the hip thing like 6, 7, but really, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. They kind of talked about that on the video of Sneeko and Bradley Martin, which was ironic because, oh yeah, that's the other thing that's been happening in my life, that I'll like barely know somebody or a famous person, and I'll think, I don't like that guy, and then I'll go and seek out more stuff about that person because I'm like, why do I just not like this person for no reason? Let me at least look to see how he acts, what he thinks about, what they think about, whatever. And then it turns out like, oh, they seem like a decent person. So it's like a lesson not to be quick to judgment. I make a video about Logan Paul being an alright person, and then I see a video about him allegedly scamming people with his Pokemon cards. It's like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be caring about these people in general, but they're human, they're people. I think society looks at famous people like they're not humans a lot of the times, and they are, and humans make mistakes, and nobody's perfect, and really it's like, to be focused on somebody else is a waste of time. Like I don't know, I just need to focus, but then again, I want to focus on myself and not make these videos feels selfish. It feels like if I could help somebody with my experience or the words I have to say, then it's like I have to do it. Not because, I'm called to do it or whatever, but it feels right. It just feels like the right thing. Just I don't know. I just don't want to cause any problems with anybody. I had a customer that's out of town. I clean pools. I had a customer that's out of town, and this is random, but the guy. This is also my life. So the guy next door, a couple weeks back, he has he scraps and he has a yard full of stuff, and cops were there because he had cars that were, no tags, and they were like, you got to get him out of here. So he went and parked them across the street, and my customer's yard, who's out of town, that's not there, and then this other neighbor of his came up to me and was like, "Hey, do you have this guy's number? Because this guy's putting cars, in his yard, and he already has a warning from the city, and I don't know if he knows about it. So can you at least let him know?" And I didn't want no part of it. I'm like, I don't want no part of it. But I did call the customer and I said, "Hey, your neighbor came over, and said this to me about your other neighbor, and turns out he didn't know." And it's like I could have just saved that guy a bunch of fines because I got involved, but I really didn't want to get involved. So I don't know if I'm wrong or right for that. It seems like that was the right thing to do. But I grew up not being a snitch. But on those lines, it's like seems like the right thing to do. So yeah, I gotta be more competent in what I'm saying and what I'm making videos about, and I gotta try to. I can't be quick to be like, "Oh, this person sucks," or "this person is great," or whatever. I gotta really know what I'm talking about instead of just like blurting shit out. And it's been a lesson. It's been a lesson doing these lives. It's been a lesson. I mean, I've learned so much from trying to do YouTube. It's insane. I encourage anybody to try to do it because you will learn a lot about yourself, a lot more than you ever thought. And whether anything ever happens, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it. And perhaps I won't blow up or anything, but perhaps it will inspire somebody to do something different and they'll blow up. I don't know. I'm sick of the same shit, to be honest. And I feel like I talk too much. But somebody said I'm doing great, so thank you. Praise the Lord and your soul. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. 3 John NLT, dear friend, I hope all is well with you and that you are as healthy in body as you are strong in spirit. Read James chapter 5 for in these. Okay. Thank you for that. The Tao teaching is really good to get into if organized religion is getting annoying. It's not. Yeah. Should I tell my pastor? Hey man, don't be saying that. That's too much. Look, this isn't a religious channel. I'm not some religious dude. I do believe in a higher power, and I do mainly read the Bible. But the problem with the Bible, in my opinion, is that it was written by man. So there's good lessons, but it does have some fallacies in there, if you ask me. But what I believe the organized religion kind of splits people up, and it's a shame because it causes war and we could be a lot closer. But I don't know. I don't have no problems with anybody. Like what they believe in, I don't have problems with it. It's like I have problems with people killing each other over it. That's what I have problems with. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like I won't go and fight some random country for some oil, but I will go and fight for some country's freedom. If they're really being oppressed and treated like shit, then I'll fight for that. Same here. I'll fight to save us, to save America. But I ain't gonna go fight somebody else. If they came here, I'm fighting. But, or like I said, to help people that are oppressed, or I'll fight. But I ain't gonna fight somebody else's fight, somebody else's war for oil or whatever. I don't, I respect like law enforcement for what they do. Not all of them, but for what they do. I respect the military for what they do, you know, but shooting our own citizens, that's a no-go for me. No matter what, it didn't have to be done. It don't have to be done, you know? And you all know what I'm talking about. And even if you could justify the first shot, you can't justify the other 3 or 2 or whatever from the side, you know? Just my opinion. People might hate on me for that. Oh well. I feel like I gotta say it. I can't. I'm tired of. I'm not gonna live my life in fear, or try to go with everybody else, or go with the crowd. Oh, you know, this or that. Like, I have my own thoughts and beliefs, and everybody should have their own thoughts and beliefs. And people need to learn how to agree to disagree. People are brainwashed on all sides. It's just the way it is. It sucks that that's the way it is, but that's the fucking way it is. That's the way she goes. And what the fuck do I know? You know, I'm just a guy in my lobby room rambling, you know, to a few people on the internet. I doubt that I'm going to make some big change here, but if what I say could help somebody, then hey, you know, it's better than keeping quiet and being scared or whatever. I don't feel like I need to go out and scream it to the world, although that's what I'm doing. You know, but yeah, you know, and I don't know to do it, but I don't know. Maybe I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. I'm just, like I said, I'm just a guy rambling on the internet. What do you do on your channel? I do this. I talk. I ramble on. I yap on, like Penguin Zero says. It's golf balls. Yeah. Where'd your teeth go? They're gone. They're out. I got them all removed when I was younger, or most of them. They're gone. And yeah, that's kind of embarrassing and whatever, but that's fucking life. It is what it is. Most people don't even know it half the time, but it does mess me up because, you know, you don't smile as much. But you know what? I'd rather have no fucking teeth than those fake ass veneers. You know, the duck teeth that some people be having. Yeah, fuck that. You are my favorite LGBTQ streamer. Keep up the good work. Yeah, don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. You know? Why would you say something like that? Are you trying to trigger me? Or are you trying to make people assume that I'm a part of that? I don't know. What would be the need for that? You know, I don't feel the need to rather support or condemn that shit. You know, I don't care what people believe in. But for you to try to just put that on me, I do care about that. You know what I mean? Like, don't put that shit on me. You know? And if you want a reaction, go say that to like Bryce Mitchell or something. You know, like I was talking, you know, don't put that shit on me. I don't really care what people do, especially in the privacy of their own homes, as long as they don't try to, you know, force it on kids or anything like that. You know, and perhaps I'm wrong for that, perhaps I'm right, I don't fucking know. But people are so obsessed with other people's genitals. Who gives a fuck? Yo, what's up, man? Dings ding does. Catch any fish? I got some rage baiter. Somebody. There's always somebody that's trying to say something. Like, there's a guy that came on and was like, you know, Biden ruined my life. And then when I didn't say anything, he said Trump ruined my life. It's like, you know, what are you, just trying to get me to talk about politics? You know? Yeah, I agree. Love you, Supreme Leader. What the hell? No. Don't put that on me either. Like, I'm not a Supreme Leader. Yeah. I'm just a guy rambling on the internet. 100% rage bait, for sure. I'm going tomorrow gaming right now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, legit just messing with you. Yeah, I don't mind it. If they want to say that, whatever. I just don't see the point behind it. I don't see what they get out of it. But whatever. You know, if I'm their favorite streamer, I'm their favorite streamer. So, thank you for that. Like literally, I've been talking this whole time about just saying what I want and being how I want. So, and I don't really care what other people do as long as it doesn't like oppress or fuck with somebody else. Yeah, I don't know. But again, I'm gonna shout this video out, The Great Culture Shift from Dupleix. Everybody should go and watch it. I found it pretty interesting. Yeah. Thank you, buddy. What's that profile picture? Who is that? The hell? Like a troll? Because that's what you are. You're a troll. But hey, man, if you don't got haters, you ain't doing nothing. That's what they say, right? So thanks for that. You're a goblin, Johnny. You're Angus. Johnny, you're Angus. Yeah, I believe it. You probably live under some steps or a bridge, right? Hold on, your message is held for review. Somebody said, "Who's rage bait?" and I'll kick his ass. That's funny right there. I'll show it. Really, this is the hour of love, dude. This is the hour of love. So no matter what, I love you. You know why? Because it says in the Bible to love your enemies. You know? So I love you. I love you. Even if you hate me, I love you. You know? To everybody that bullied me, no, I never got bullied. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you talk about. Like Eminem in 8 Mile. You know? I'll diss myself. And then what? What do you got left? What do you got left after I diss myself? Do you think I care about what some troll says on the internet? I am a sweet gentleman, and you seem like a fine troll. Are you? No, you seem like Dobby. Or you be more like Dobby, okay? Up of Harry Potter. Speaking of that, my brother, my fantastic brother, even you, Super C, he bought me Hogwarts, fucking, I can't remember the name now, the Legacy? What is it called? Hogwarts something. I might start playing that. Yep. And I gotta look up Minecraft and learn how to beat Minecraft. 30 years or whatever, and I still don't know how to beat Minecraft. But I would like to beat Minecraft. That'd be nice. You know? Sometimes it seems like that'd be a waste of time. Hogwarts Legacy, thank you. But I don't know, what else do you got to do with your life? Hate on somebody's stream? Watch freaking these videos about a YouTuber talking shit about another YouTuber, or making their money off of some other YouTuber? What house will I be at in Hogwarts? I was thinking about that the other day, because we got this little bean thing, like a Harry Potter bean thing, and I've always just liked Gryffindor, but I think that's like most people. But you have your Hufflepuffs and your Slytherins. You know, I think everybody thinks it's cool to be a Slytherin. What's the other house? Hufflepuff, Slytherin. I don't fucking know. Ravenclaw. I don't know. I would think I'm a Gryffindor, but I don't know. I never took the test. Perhaps I should take the test. I don't know what the hell happened with Harry Potter. Like, is that still a big bang? Is that? I don't know. I tell you what. I love this book called The Count of Monte Cristo. Speaking of Andrew Tate earlier, they reference it a lot. Like, he always says profound perspicacity or something like that. That's out of The Count of Monte Cristo. Yeah, I've listened to this book so many times, and it's like if I could live like anything, I would live like the Count of Monte Cristo. It just seems like the real top G. You know what I'm saying? But it's an awesome book. I recommend it to everybody to listen to it at least once in their life. Like, if I had enough money, I would make a whole series about because they made a movie, but it sucks. Don't watch the movie. You'll be disappointed. It's nothing like the book. But fuck, I love this movie, dude. Like this book, every aspect of it. You know, I wish I could be more like the character from the book. If I could be anybody, I'd be like that. I don't know. It's an awesome book. And I don't know if there's anything like it. I don't know. But how many? 42 minutes? I don't got much else to talk about. Jake Paul lost. You know, got knocked out, broken jaw. Nobody gives a fuck. I think it's probably the end of that era. I don't know. Anybody got anything to talk about? Let me know. You know, at least I'm not trying to do some random shit to get clips. You know, that's what streaming and all this shit turned into. Just like this manufactured bullshit. No, I haven't went magnet fishing. You know, it's cold now. It's you know, and I got to deal with water all week. So it's like I really don't want to go and play in cold water for fun. But as soon as I get some time, I'm definitely gonna magnet fish. I got the GoPro. I got these wireless mics. So I'm all set to go. I just gotta, you know, have the right time to do it. But yeah. And I also found this other pond I might go fishing, but really that I might not film that. You know, that's your thing, man. Anybody that wants to go fishing needs to check out your channel. Things Dean does. But too bad they can't see the chat. You know, I don't know, that's your thing. That's why I don't really I'm not trying to make it a mission to do that. I got other ideas. I got this one idea to do. It's like skits, funny, to make a funny video. I want to make a YouTube video, but like I don't want to ruin it, but I want to make an actual YouTube video, but not a YouTube video, because I don't want it to be the same as everybody else's. But it's gonna definitely play. It's definitely gonna. I'm gonna try to like play on the stereotypical, whatever the fuck the word is, basic YouTube videos that I'm freaking bored of. I don't know. I don't know how much longer like content creators have, really. I mean, that one guy's trying to he's trying to save free speech by limiting free speech. I don't know enough to talk about it, but I know it sounds like some bullshit. And he's not even from here. Some foreign dude trying to tell us we need to crack down the internet. Yeah, as soon as they start doing that shit, like They probably already. I mean, they already have. You know, they already like. There's already a zeitgeist that gets pushed, and shit like that. And you could definitely have a niche. I don't know if I don't know if I wanted to do a niche. I don't know what that niche would be, but I know I don't want to do the same thing as everybody else, or I don't want to do something just because I think it would follow a trend or ride the wave of something or whatever. You know, if I cared about that type of shit, I would just like do what I did today about the what's going on in social media. Like I would look up what's going on and I would talk about those things every single time. But yeah, I don't want to do that. I do not. I do not. But I also don't want to make it all about myself either. So I gotta find the fucking mixture. I don't know. Really, I gotta focus on things around the house and spending time with my family. And I think everybody, a lot of people should. A lot of people should. You know, everybody's looking to their phone for answers. It's really not there. You know, I've been a victim of it. I've been spent years listening to shit, and a lot of it helped. And now I'm tired of listening to shit. There's shit to listen to. I don't know. That scares me because I'm afraid of remaining the same. Like I don't want to. But then again, is that such a bad thing? Like having ideals and plans and sticking to it and not changing. I don't know. But I know I don't want to put out. I really don't want to put out hate. I'd rather put out stuff that makes people laugh or makes people feel good. I don't want to put out. I watched this video that talked about rap, how like rap's dying. It's too played out. It's the same shit. Like, oh, look at the money, the cars, the women I have. I kind of feel like that about YouTube sometimes. It's like, yeah, well, look, I got cool toys. I got, whatever. It's too played out. And then same with the politics shit. It's like too many people doing it. I don't know. Gotta find something else to do. Something else. Something that's not that. Even with like everybody trying to be a journalist, I don't. Yeah, too many people trying to be a journalist, and I already think there's gonna be people that are picked, propped up, whatever. I mean, I feel like that about a lot of shit, a lot of channels and people and things. Like, is it gonna be the realest person, or is it gonna be somebody with connection, somebody that's propped up, staged? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know enough about politics. But then again, it's like, just because I don't know enough about certain politics doesn't mean you don't pay attention to it, and doesn't mean you don't have an opinion on certain stuff. And it's like, I still want to be able to bring that up and not be afraid to mention it or whatever. I don't know. But at the end of the day, screw that shit anyways. But I don't know. I'm about to end this shit because I don't have much to talk about. I hope everybody has a good weekend. I don't know. I would love to hear feedback on some of this. If anybody has anything to say. But y'all have a good night. And catch me on the next one. Maybe I'll have more to talk about. Maybe I won't. I don't know. No promises. No promises. Have a good night.